ahead and get started with our first exercise, the lateral step with a pull. Get ready and begin. You're doing kind of a side lunge back behind you, a reverse lunge, stepping down, leaning forward just slightly, and as well as adding in that arm motion, that pull motion. So as you swing those arms down, you actually want to work against yourself, pulling those arms down back by your sides, and then extend them right back up as you come back up from that lunge, and then go right back in over to the other side. So keep alternating back and forth, left to right, at the same time as moving those arms. We're going to move on to the next exercise, the slow rocking butt kickers, and switch it up. Just going to move back and forth nice and slow, bringing that heel up to tap that butt, just alternating that weight back and forth from foot to foot. Now make sure that you're just slowly bringing that heart rate up. You don't have to really push into it real hard at this point, but by the time you're done with this routine, you should be sweating. So every single one of these exercises should get just a little bit harder than the last. So I got a few seconds left till we move to that next exercise. Coming up next, we have high knee pulls. And switch it up. Focus on that high knee motion first, driving those knees up, making sure you're alternating back and forth, nice, slow, controlled motions, getting that knee as high as you possibly can every single time, as well as adding in that arm motion. Every single time you draw those arms down, you want to be working against yourself, pulling those arms down, as well as getting a little bit of a crunch as you lean those shoulders forward at the bottom of that range of motion with those arms. Just got a few seconds left. We're going to switch to that next exercise. We've got arm swings plus a lateral step coming up next. And switch it. So those arms are going to swing straight across in front of your chest. Just a stretch back behind you, as well as bring them across over top of your chest as much as you possibly can. Make sure you're alternating which arm is on top every single time, as well as just kind of slowly stepping back and forth from side to side, opening up those hips, trying to get that heart rate up just a little bit higher. Keep it going. We've got just a few more seconds till we switch to that next exercise. We're going to be doing a torso twist plus a knee. And start them up. Now you're going to be doing 4 torso rotations, and on the 5th one as you come back across, you're going to drive your knee up to that outside elbow, that opposite elbow, then start again, 4 rotations, and on that 5th rotation, you bring that knee up. Now if you keep on that rotation, making sure that every 5th rotation you bring that knee up, you should be using a different knee, different elbow every single time. Now we got just a few more seconds till we switch to our next exercise, which is going to be jogging in place. And switch it up. This is just regular jogging in place, nothing fancy. Just slowly keeping that heart rate coming up a little bit more, a little bit more. Into our first exercise, the boxer shuffle, to help keep our heart rate up while we cool down. So get those feet moving back and forth, just stay up on the ball of your foot, nice and easy jog back and forth. Just keep those lungs open, breathing normally. And in just a second, we're going to switch off to a roundabout toe touch. And go ahead and switch those feet just a little wider than shoulder width. You're going to do a nice big circle down with that torso, down through the center, then back up the other side, and then reverse that direction. Just keep going back and forth. Make sure you're getting a really good stretch on those hamstrings. And go ahead and switch to our next, the torso twist. So standing straight up and down, rotating those shoulders left to right. Again, feet just a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Try to really get a good rotation on those shoulders without rotating those hips too much. We're almost done. And switch to those shoulder rolls. Roll those shoulders back behind you, up towards those ears and back down behind you. Then roll them back, forward, and front. When you get to the back, you want to be squeezing those shoulders back. When you get to the front, you want to be squeezing those shoulders together in front. And go ahead and switch to arm pull plus a hip flexor stretch. So one arm comes across in front of your body, grabbing that elbow, pulling across for that shoulder stretch. And then going down into a half lunge position so that rear leg is straight, stretching to the front of that hip flexor. And go ahead and switch sides. That opposite arm comes across, that opposite leg goes back. Again, keep that rear leg nice and straight, stretching to the front of that hip flexor. Keep that torso straight up and down. That arm across in front of your chest, nice and close. And let's switch that shoulder stretch. So get to that wall, hands just a little bit above head height. Press that chest down to the base of the wall, one leg forward. Just holding it there, trying to really bring those arms back behind you. You should feel a stretch through your chest and through the inside of that shoulder joint. Switch which leg is in front. Same exact position on those arms, still trying to press that chest down. If you want to get a little extra stretch out of this, you can always straighten that front leg to get a little bit of a hamstring stretch.